Yo,
What
yo.
up, what up? Let me get a little call and response.
Get it in, get it in.
Let me try a little God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is
A
good.
little God is good. All the time.
God is good.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about. Okay, just making sure
Hallelujah.
y'all are present.
Yeah.
So, my name is Kendrick Sampson. I am an actor. I am a filmmaker, storyteller, and also run an organization called Build Power, where we reimagine and realize the liberated future we know our people deserve. And I'm sitting here with the homie, one of my good homies that I've traveled around the country with, Philip Agnew. Phil Agnew is an incredible leader and has a really dope organization called Black Men Build. He is the co-director of Black Men Build. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Let me tell you something though, before you
Go ahead. What you got to do,
Okay,
dog?
so I am, I'm gonna be real with y'all, there was no introduction and I don't know what the hell is going on. So if y'all don't know me, I've been on several projects, Insecure, is one of my favorite, Miss Juneteenth, How to Get Away with Murder, Vampire Diary, blah, 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 blah. I hate going through my resume. But the more important thing is Black people have to deal with so much more even when we're in this position. And a lot of what we've done is take on the work of organizations and radical organizers that are really dedicated to Black liberation to guide our work in Hollywood, in filmmaking, in art, but also in the streets with our community and how to build community. One of the people that I look up to most, that I get guidance from and my values from and analysis, interpretation from, is this man right here. I aspire to be like him. He is a really incredible community builder and somebody who cares about us in a radical way, that he shows up every day to figure out how to care for us better. And I want to make sure that I'm instilling those values in the people in my family, my community, and in my work. So that is why I love this dude so much. He's taught me a lot, and I'm gonna get him to talk a little bit about his work at Black Men Build.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for Kendrick. Give it up for Kendrick. Come on, y'all can do better than that. My name is Phil Agnew. I'm very excited to be here with y'all. We don't have a long time today to talk to you, but I'm a native of Chicago, Illinois. Anybody from Chicago? Chicago, Chi-Town, Southside, West Inglewood. Yep, I went to Beasley and Whitney Young. Okay. Whitney Young, Dolphins. All right, what's good? So I currently live in Miami, Florida. 12 years ago, I helped to start an organization called the Dream Defenders after the murder of Trayvon Martin. And in 2020, I helped to start an organization called Black Men Build. The goal of the organization is to bring more brothers in a closer communion with ourselves and with our community. We believe that the times that we're in right now are very critical times, a crisis time. And we believe that if our brothers are just on the sidelines saying, oh, politics is for them, or just kicking it, or just going to work and going home, or numbed out, that we are not meeting the moment in the way that we can. And so we started this organization with the express purpose of bringing more Black men into our movement space. Why? Why? Because the sisters is doing it. And I'm not just doing it to play to the audience. As I've been a part of the movement now for my entire adult life, it is women, it's femmes who have always been in the paint, always been doing it. And our brothers are there. We ready for the call. We like, call me if you need me. They arrest you, they put their hands on you, we don't fuck them up. But we need more brothers who are ready to do the work of transforming, to do the work of being partners, of lovers and supporters of our people in a way that our forefathers have and that is required today. And so that's why we have our organization. We have chapters all over the country. We're starting a chapter here in New Orleans. We got one in Miami, in Atlanta, St. Louis, Los Angeles, Milwaukee, Columbus, New York, and I said Atlanta? We need 2 in Atlanta. And we'd love to have y'all be a part, and I'm excited to talk to y'all more about what we do.
I Love that. I love that. Yeah, and something, talk a little bit about how you do that. So something I really love,
What do you love?
something what I really love about the way y'all go about it
Yeah.
is you make it really approachable, like really digestible. I hate going to a lot of social justice events and they use these big words. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It took me a long time to get through school, a little bit longer than everybody else. So I don't get the big words confuse me sometimes and make me, want to quit reading that thing or understanding that thing. It's another obstacle. And I think the way that y'all have done it through, wartime, which, I'd love for you to talk about.
Okay.
And some of the content that you put out, some of the language that you use, and your style to approaching black men in a way that they can digest the information coming to them without feeling like they're being preached to or, like it's a school, a course that they don't want to take. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
So for all the brothers in here and sisters as well, we do men's circles and women's circles. So the organization is not just for men and only about men. But for any of the brothers in here, I didn't used to know the shits. I had to go to the class. I had to learn. I had to pick up some of the language and the lingo. I still be mispronouncing shit. But at the end of the day, our ignorance about what is going on is not an excuse. If for us, we believe that if we're not approachable, if we're not building something that is frankly irresistible, we love the Black Panthers not just because of their rhetoric, but because of what? They look cool. They had the beret. None of them paint, but they had berets. They had leather jackets. They had the lineups. They look good. The sisters, my God, even still to this day, they look amazing. And so we believe that it's our duty as a movement to make the revolution irresistible. And so we create things that speak in plain language. We don't need to be verbose and loquacious, right? We could be very, very simple. When you go to church, what they say, make it what? Plain. Make it plain. Yeah. Make it plain. Yeah. And so we have magazines that we put out. This is a shameless plug. This is our magazine that we put out. We put one out every few months. And we'll have some brothers here. We got a gang of brothers in plain clothes in here. And they're going to give y'all magazines and flyers. But we have these magazines and we do these workshops because we want people to really understand the things that we are up against, and I'll wrap it up here. The conflict that we're seeing currently in Palestine, what we see occurring in Sudan, in the Congo, in Haiti, all over South Africa, all over South America, what we see happening in our world is not complex. What they try to do is they try to tell you, no, you just don't fully understand what's going on. You don't know the history. Right. Oh, no, if you understand, if you just read, no. We know as black people what is right and what is wrong. Yeah. You can feel it in your bone, in your sinew. You can feel it in you. When something just ain't right, you can smell it. Yeah. When you walk in a room, when an argument just happened, you know something is not right. And so what they try to do is intellectualize issues that you can feel in your bones. Yeah. And they want you to be numbed out. They want you to say, no, I'm not going to speak up on that because, I didn't read the article. You don't need the article to know what is right and wrong. And so that's where we come from as movement people. We want black people to remember that we have always been the moral compass of this country and never had one and never will without black people. And so we have to remember that and speak up whenever it was something. This shit don't smell right.
Absolutely. Yeah, y'all can clap for that. Yeah. If y'all don't, make sure y'all go to Black Men Build website and check out Wartime. When I tell y'all the images, the articles, the stories, they have, it is the layout, everything is incredible. It's an artwork. And it's transformative. When you read it, you want to read it because it's engaging, it looks good, and it's us. It's us unapologetically. I love the one with the blue braids and the blue do-rag, and there's so many really incredible images and covers to these. And I'm inspired by them to take that type of art into my work.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes left. We got a timer here. Okay, so look, Kendrick, he's supposed to be interviewing me, believe it or not. But let me ask you a question real quick. Kendrick is an incredible actor, thespian, right? Come on now, come on. Yes. All right. And this is absolutely no shade. I believe in living in the sun. Yes. But there's a lot of people in your position who don't speak up.
Right.
There's a lot of people who encourage people not to speak up, right? Why have you chosen to put your career, put your access, your opportunity on the line in support of black people? Why do you do that?
I think that, I was just talking about this, we were just talking about this to some kids. I think Hollywood has done a number on us and America has done a number on us to think that we should compete and be grateful for scraps. And I'm looking at like a very simple logic behind that. If you look at LA, LA is the second largest city in the country with like 12 million people. 100 years ago, when Hollywood started, 100 years ago is not that far away, it was only 600,000 people. What built up that city was the economy of culture, stories that they make us think are hobbies. They make us think that we are that our talent is like a pastime, something fun to do, an extracurricular activity. But what's real about it, if you go all the way back to the griots in West Africa, if you go back to the original artists and storytellers, they were the central pillars of the community. They buried them in trees above ground, in the baobab trees, because they knew that they could withstand any storm. And if they buried our stories, if they buried the griots, they knew that they were burying our stories. They said, we don't want to bury our stories. We want to nourish our stories. So they built them in the strongest trees, the baobab trees, because they could withstand any storm and they could withhold water for long periods of time to nourish those stories. I think Hollywood has done a number on us to make us not believe or disconnect us from the fact and the purpose of our stories and our art. It is something that informs our soul, something that pushes us beyond and makes us understand beyond words and statistics. It connects the dots for us when we're like, something don't make sense. You get what I'm saying?
Come on.
It is not, art is central to our communities and our health. And when other people take our stories and tell our stories for us, we become less healthy. They do it in an inauthentic way, in a harmful way, and they paint a picture of us that justifies other people to come. It's like talking about family. It's like letting somebody else talk about your family. Somebody else talk about your family, that means they're signaling to somebody else that they could talk about your family too, and that they don't have to be accurate about it. So what we need to start saying is, nah, you don't get to tell our story. You get what I'm saying?
Come on.
We're gonna tell our story. The reason that I do this is because I understand how the purpose of the art works. If they tell our stories, it becomes more harmful to our communities, and we've seen the direct impact of that. So I can't just be an actor. I can't just be an artist. That's not ever what acting and art has been. Art has always been more purposeful. It's not about, people saying shut up and do what you do. That is what I do. That's what we're supposed to do.
Come on.
It's supposed to be about, like you said, art is supposed to make the Tony K. Bambara, right? She said that the purpose of art is to make the revolution irresistible. I think we need to take that on more. And for right now in this moment, and I would love for you to talk a bit more about this moment with the 5 minutes that we have left.
We got 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
But in this moment, our organization is called Build Power. Make sure y'all go buildpower.com, check it out, and Build Power on BLDPWR on Instagram. But we're trying to reorient black people's relationship with power. So the Black Power movement was about going after power apologetically, because back then we were ashamed to say, we were scared to say that we deserve power and we're gonna take our power. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna utilize our power. It was about making sure that we're unapologetic about black power, that black people deserve power specifically, and that they are taking our resources and then telling us that we're not powerful. They're stealing from us and then telling us that we're not powerful. They're trying to use and exploit our power. So right now, we've gotten to that position again. we've forgotten what the purpose of the Black Power movement is. And what we want to do is make sure that people understand that politics is not power. Politics is what's between us and the change that we deserve. That's the foolishness that we have to deal with to come to a consensus about the vision that we should be fighting for, right? So we participate in politics as a tool, but we are the power. We are the power, and each one of us has the same power as the next. So when we combine that power, if three of us if I have power and I can use 24 hours in a day to exercise my power, you can too, right? Now we get three of us together, we have 3 times as much power, right?
Come on now.
That's what we're trying to get people to understand, that the politicians are not the powerful ones. They still have 24 hours in a day and they're only one person, a team of people, right? They are supposed to be deferential to our power. They're supposed to represent and honor our power. So we have to think about how we engage in this moment differently, and thinking about who is gonna be more deferential to our power. Who can we influence more? Who is gonna listen? And I'm not saying that they're gonna listen in the way that we want them to listen to, but who can we challenge and effectively move on issues that are gonna affect our communities, right? So can you talk a bit more about that in this moment, how we exercise, what is power in this moment, and how do we exercise that power with the foolishness that we got going on? I mean, this is some bullshit. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Every day I'm stressed out, my butt is clenched up tight, because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna drop next. How many people have been killed in Gaza, Congo?
Yeah.
This is old, these are old stories and conversation.
I love how he cooked the meal, just chef the meal, and then said, now what you got to add? You already said it, my brother. You already said it. Shout out them shorts. Look, we've been doing this a long time. Me and him been all over. Look, so look, we only have a brief time, and really, all jokes aside, my brother Kendrick eloquently laid out the position before us. The only solution that we have out of this quagmire we find ourselves in is to be organized. Is to be organized. People don't understand the type of millions and billions of dollars that is spent to make sure that the people in this room are disorganized, right? The millions of dollars that's spent to make sure that I don't see another brother as a brother, I see him as an op, right? You live on 112, I live on 111, we don't bang, right? The type of investment that's put on podcasts, whether I'ma just do it, Fresh and Fit, all of these podcasts that are putting forth a narrative that says that black women and black men can't get along, that we don't need to be organized, we don't need to work together collectively, that we're born to be competitive dog-eat-dog people. Dogs don't eat dogs. I don't even know where it came from, right? So the only opportunity that we have to make it out of this moment is to be organized. My sole goal in being here with you all this afternoon is to talk to y'all about joining an organization. It doesn't have to be mine. But if you leave here and all you did was buy some new hair care products, or you got a nice little shirt to bring home, if all you did was that, you had a good time. But if you want your money's worth, come into a gathering that proclaims itself to be by and about black people, and you don't leave here and say, I gotta connect with my sister, my brother when I get to the crib, and tell them we need to vote, or we need to show up to a meeting. I know how I sound to some of y'all, like, man, why did I stick around for this bullshit? I didn't know you. Look, our world right now is crumbling. It is absolutely crumbling, and we're watching it. And we're telling ourselves, no, it's not. No, I can't see these two. No, this man is not about to die, and this man is not a lunatic. We are watching our world crumble. And so I would love, if you're a brother in here, you come talk to us about Black Men Build. We'll build a chapter with you in your city, and we'll talk about what it takes to build a campaign, to defeat somebody who don't listen, to put somebody that looks like you in that office, to make sure they run the city, the county, the neighborhood, your district the way that it's supposed to be run. Our people are going to be dying in record numbers in the next few years. There's no water, there's no food, there's no jobs. And unless we wake up and get organized and do something about it, then we have wasted our time. We are absolutely wasting our time on foolery. I'm going to be out there with y'all tonight. I'm going to have fun tonight and tomorrow night. Because it's a balance. But absolutely, my goal in being here wasn't that. It's to see y'all, see brothers in here that want to do something more than just kill ourselves, be depressed, be sad, don't be in touch with your feelings, silent all the time. That's not a way to live. That's not a way to be a man. That's not a way to be a human being. So join Black Men Build. Join the NAACP if you got to. They old, but just join the NAACP. I love them, absolutely. AXO, I was in AXO. All right, join, get up with your links. I'm an alpha. Call out the alphas for not doing enough. Call out the omegas for not doing enough. Call out the AKAs for not doing enough. We got to wake up and do something right now. Okay? Absolutely. It's wartime, and we want to get y'all a magazine. I know I yelled at y'all enough, but I want to leave y'all with this. All power to the people.
Go ahead.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Come on now. All love to the people.
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 All peace 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 to the people.
It used to be a time that sounded so sweet to us, right? Now it's that corny shit. But at the end of the day, if we don't have power, love, and peace, our people are gone.